Hi, I'm Joey Arnold. I'm an English teacher, and because I'm an English teacher, people are always asking me all the time for help. They tell me when I see them in person, I go to a store or I go to the park, or especially on Facebook and in email, I got hundreds of people always asking me for help for free. So here I am, trying to give a little help when I can. One of the biggest problems when you're speaking for beginners is with the final sounds. That's at the end of the word, and if you don't say the final sounds, it's going to sound like another word, or not like a word at all. I mean, the whole word is important. It's important to say the beginning, the middle, and the end, you know, but a lot of times people have the first part figured out, and the middle part, sometimes they have it figured out, but they tend to forget about the last sound, like the word cat. You know, that animal that walks around on 4 legs and have 9 lives. C-A-T, cat, meow, meow, meow. You know, like Catwoman, like meow, scratching, and you know, if you don't say the final sound to the word cat, and you just say ka, oh, did you see my ka today? And I'm like, what? Your what? Can opener? Your calcium? Calvin Klein? It's like, what did you say? So there tends to be this problem if you don't say the final sound correctly, or if you say the final sound in a different way. Oh, did you see my clothes? No, clothes. Oh, did you see my clothes? The ES is this like an S sound, like clothes. Maybe like a Z sound. Sometimes the S turns into like a Z sound for some reason. I don't really know that as a native speaker born in America, in Forest Grove, Oregon. Oregon is a state above California. I was born in 1985, and I came to Vietnam in 2012. And I've been in Vietnam for 2 years now. Now it's almost 2015, and it's almost Christmas time. It's the 19th of December, and I'm excited about a lot of things, and I want to try to give you some kind of outline or an update on me, on the different things that I've been doing for the past 2 years in Vietnam. But I guess it's kind of hard to tell you everything. I guess I can start out with saying that I came to Vietnam on the 29th of November 2012, so that was about 2 years ago. And I went to a school in Bac Ninh, you know, a province near Hanoi. About 20 kilometers from Hanoi, and I was there, and I was teaching at a school called New Star. They told me to come, so I came, and I saw and I conquered. No, not really, but I taught English or helped with teaching English in some of the classes for about 5 days, and I got an interview where I taught a class, but the one class only had 1 student, and it was the director that always used Google Translate to talk to me because he only knows a little English. He's a Vietnamese man who's probably 30 years old. And he interviewed me, he observed my class, and he was the only student in the class. So he was the student and the observer, and I was trying to teach him English, and then I got an email the next day on the 4th of December, was a Tuesday, 2012, and in the email he said that I'm not good at English, that I don't know how to teach English, and I'm just a tutor. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I was a tutor when he was observing me, because I wasn't going to pretend that I was a student for a whole entire class. And he told me he didn't want me, and also they already hired 2 other people, Filipino people from the Philippines. Or actually Malaysia. They said maybe Singapore or something like that, but actually they were from the Philippines. And so then I went to a restaurant, and the owner knew me, and the owner let me stay there at the Papa Foods restaurant, and I was there and I was helping, and I was teaching English sometimes, and volunteering, washing dishes and mopping and sweeping, and I did that for almost 2 months. And then in the middle of January 2013, I went to Hanoi and I was teaching English there to some people, some college students, like in somebody's room, and I was staying there, and I did that for about 2 weeks. And then at the beginning of February, I went to the Hua-Bin province, and I should probably make another video about this, and and I was there, and I was teaching English to the staff there for a few days, and then they decided that they didn't want me, or that they couldn't follow me, that I'm not a really good teacher. It sounds like this is like a complaining video, which is, it's not, but that's what some people say to me, like, oh, you're complaining. A little maybe, but I'm actually just trying to tell you what happened in my life. And then I went to the Thanh Hoa province and went to the ocean or the beach, you know, like there, and taught English a little. I had to always say taught English, almost like you think I wasn't. You know, maybe you weren't, so I have to remind you. Maybe I don't need to. And went to a high school one day and met people and taught them English, and then on the 10th of February 2013, I went in a plane and I went to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, and a girl picked me up at the airport, and we went to her hometown as friends, not as lovers, and met people and talked to people, had a good time for about a week. Talked to a little boy, maybe like 13 years old, and he knew English pretty well, and went back to Saigon, was there for a few days, then moved to another district. So I was staying at a house in the Thom Binh district. Went to somebody's hometown, like near Dalat City maybe, or I don't know where, and then came back, stayed for a few days, and then went to somebody else's house in District 8, actually Kathy's house, and she helped me, and the other person helped me too, the first two girls, and they helped me with getting a job, and a job at a school, the Tenphan Foreign Language School in the Gawat district, where they would send me to different schools, like elementary schools, and now my computer's making noises, and I started working there in the Mars, starting to talk like a Vietnamese person, and started working there in Mars, and worked there for like about 5 months. I actually signed a contract for 6 months, but they only gave me about 4 or 5 months. And 1 month I got like about $800, even though maybe I should have got like $1,000, and the month after that I got like $500 or like less. Every month was like less and less, and it's kind of discouraging kind of thing, you know. But I started working at the New Star, another New Star English Center, not the one in Bac Ninh, that's where I started, but this one was in the Thom Phu district in Saigon, and then I started working at a lot of other places too, like cafes and houses, and a high school. There's a high school in the Thom Binh district, Nguyen Thi Hinh High School, and started working for teaching English to some children in the Tho Duc district, Tho Duc district, and another house in the Thom Binh district, some other people in the Thom Phu district. There was a guy named Dai Trin. There was a leaf pagoda that I used to teach at for a while for free, and then they started giving me my money. They gave me money, but I didn't ask them for it. But they gave it to me, and then I asked them, like, are you gonna continue? And then they got offensive when I was just asking a question, and there's all these like turmoil and problems that comes in, you know, with this business kind of thing, and so basically that's my 2 years. This, like, you know, it started out at a couple different places, like schools and places, and like in the north, and I came to Ho Chi Minh City in February 2013, and taught in different schools and centers and cafes and houses, and I rode my bicycle, and I used to ride my bicycle all the time, many hours to all these different places, and then I started focusing more on the FYC, Fellowship Youth Group, and it started out as a club in District 11, and then District 1, and then they started giving me a little bit of money, and not just food, and so things started getting better, and started out only as 1 day a week, and then it started to be maybe 2 days a week or a few days a week, and then we moved to District 4 in like about March 2014. About March or April 2014, we moved to District 4, and and I taught at a cafe, and then it was at Mr. Ribs. It was a restaurant that they started. My Vietnamese friends, and things started getting better. But then there was I guess maybe there was a problem that I'm not supposed to talk about, but for the most part, it's like I want to only teach English in District 1 in the future. So now it's the 19th, like I already said, it's the 19th of December 2014. It's on a Friday. And so I live in District 1. This is my room. And I live on Pham Nhu Lao. So this is 219/9 Pham Nhu Lao, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. And so there's a lot of things I can say, there's a lot of details I can talk about, but that's a summary. So I could probably make another video about learning English again, because this is, I don't know what I should do, but thank you for watching.